Yeah. We back up in this piece. We back up in this piece. Back up in this piece. We back up in this piece. Welcome. Welcome. I hope you're hungry. I hope you brought your appetites for this Italian sub we gonna be chomping on this fine Friday night, Saturday morning, whatever time it is where you located. Welcome to the All About Aviation channel. My name is Greg. I will be your internet pilot on this here episode of the airplane show. I just got this A330-900 neo. We're gonna be flying this here thing from Zurich back home to Russia. And I got a surprise coming for y'all very soon. I bought another thing tonight, which is it's not an airplane. It's not an airplane. It's not a helicopter. It's something that it looked pretty dope when I bought it, but it's I don't know. I don't know if it's as good as I think it could be, but I don't know. I don't know if I should show it to y'all now or wait. I kind of want to show it now, but I don't know. Like, well, here, let me show it to you now. Actually, let me show you now while I'm talking about it. Anyways, please subscribe. Please click that like button. It means the world to me. It'll make me so happy if you do that. And it's all about me, right? Let's go to profile. Let me show you what I bought. I just started learning how to fly it today. It's a very interesting aircraft, to say the least. We have, I think it's all the way down yonder, the Zeppelin. Yeah. Look at that thing. It's ours. We got it. Look at that thing, man. It is pretty cool. It's got this clipboard here, which we use like in the Constellation. But man, it's a pretty interesting aircraft to fly. I spent a little bit of time today working on it. It's got a decent amount of liveries to it. Some fake, some kind of close to being real. You know, like the USS Enterprise, like that's definitely not a real one. But anyways, I thought it was pretty cool. I saw it today. I've never seen it before. It's from Red Wing. They're the ones that also make the Constellation. And I thought that was a pretty cool plane. So, well, not plane, but I bought it. So, anyways, now, so we're going to be flying that thing maybe sometime this weekend. I'm very close to being comfortable with it enough to fly it. It's a delicate balancing act with getting that thing up in the air, and then you got to turn the engines on. Once you start raising up in the air, that's when you turn the engines on. It's definitely a balancing act. Where the hell is this airplane? Where is the A339? There we go. Now, I've never bought a plane from this developer, the LVFR, I think it is. And I know it's been out for a little bit, and the only reason I bought it today is the reviews have gotten a little better on it, but it's got a tablet with a SimBrief, connected to it, and it's got tons of liveries with it. Like, I don't have to download any other liveries, and that is big, because I do not like downloading third-party anythings. So let's go back to ETA Airways, because I've always wanted to fly a plane with this livery, and I've never been able to, really. I've done Air Italia, but never really did one with this livery. So let's go ahead and let's get back going. I think this is I think that's heavy. Yep. All right, let's go. Let's go, baby. I did spend a few minutes in this airplane earlier just to set up SimBrief. But other than that, I haven't done anything with this airplane yet. I don't know if there's a checklist. I don't really, you know. I presume it's going to, operational-wise, going to be very similar to every other Airbus, which is, you know, they're, I think, a bit simpler to start up than Boeing aircraft. But yeah, we're flying about 700 miles tonight, I believe, is the mileage. Should take close to an hour and 30, hour and 40 minutes maybe in the air. And we do not have nice weather here in Zurich, Switzerland today. But I mean, this plane, I think they did a pretty good job with this plane. Like, it looks nice. Let's see what kind of, Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, did you see the other aircraft I bought? Were you online yet? Did you see it? Did you see the monstrosity that I bought today? Not this one. The other one. I bought a Zeppelin. Like the hot air balloon Zeppelin. I bought one of them today. This is the A330. I know you want the A340. It's not out yet. Yeah, oh, what was I getting ready to do? Oh yeah, I was getting ready to check the, let's check the different views that it has. Wow, it's got 20, Jesus Christ. Let's see what it's got. Let's go 20. Oh, look at this view. Yeah, you know, I was reading the description today during my lunch break, and the reviews got a little better, and it's now got this SimBrief integration, which it may have had before. I might have just missed it, but it also has like 25, 30 liveries with it, and the description seemed to change. Like it made sense for me to buy it now. Like I actually felt good about getting it now, but it's got tons of liveries. All right, so number 17 is a good angle. So 16 and 17 I like. All right, so it looks like the teens is where it's at, like 13 on up, 12, 11. Actually, a lot of these angles, ooh, that's a good angle there too. That's a good one. Man, they got a lot of good camera angles on this plane. Maybe I've been missing out all this time by not getting LVFR stuff. Very cool. All right, let's get, let's go over to the tablet here. Yeah, I started flying that Zeppelin earlier just to try it out. Man, that Zeppelin is a wild aircraft, man. That thing takes a lot of work to get that thing up off the ground. And it's got the same like clipboard like the Constellation has. It's pretty interesting actually. All right, let's go to flight plan. Hey, look at that. It's already got it brought in. Very cool. The times are wrong, but that's interesting. It's already got it brought in. All right, so cold and dark start, that's fine. Metric, Xbox, services. Yeah, I kind of read that. All right, let's see if we can get the jetway connected. Hey, that is dope, man. We can just click on this button and get the jetway connected. Let's get a GPU. That is cool, man. All right, let's see, extended power, and let's turn the batteries on. All right, and let's go ahead, and we should probably line up the IRS. Let's see, we can do catering. Let's see what catering looks like. Oh, look at that. How come I can't, like, oh, because it's the wrong camera, duh. Dough and Co. All right, let's do cargo and luggage. This thing is pretty cool, man. I like this thing so far. Oh, look at that cargo, man. That is cool. It's even got Ito on it. That's some pretty good attention to detail, man. I like that. That's pretty dope. Got luggage, got more cargo. I don't even care if it doesn't move. I just like the fact that it's got Ito on it, and it's got Ito on the inside. That's pretty cool, man. Hey, man, so far I'm happy with this airplane. This airplane's pretty cool. All right, let's make sure the IRF is lined up. Let's go ahead and it's got the brand new AirX system. That's very good. All right, let's go in it. And where are the navigations? Right here. So turn number 1, 2, and 3. And we got LSZH / LIRF. Turn. IRS initialization. Let's see if that's the correct, let's go to our flight plan and see if that's correct. Show OFP. All right, north 4727. 4727, that's close enough, and 833. Yeah, it's pretty close, man. All right, align on reference, confirm alignment. Might have to check those out. All right, now there's a couple different ways we can program our flight plan. So we can come in here and we can click on like LSZH and then click on departure and then do all that. You know, if you have a waypoint, you know, you can click on it, and then there's airways. We can, if you want to enter an airway, we can click on airways and do all that. We're going to do it. I'm sure it'll have it. All right, so let's come here. All right, let's go back up and let's click on this. Now we're going to sync the flight plan, so it's going to enter everything in. So I'm kind of tempted to not do this, but I'm going to do it anyways. So it's syncing. It should be bringing the whole flight plan in. There we go. Now I don't know if it looks like it might have brought in everything actually. Let's see if it did the departure. All right, ZH 580. All right, Brago. Yep, it does. It has it in there. Very good. Okay. Yeah, I hear you. I almost didn't pull, you know, I didn't pull the trigger on this plane for a long time, but I finally did. All right, and then we should have VBIT. All right, very good. So now let's just say, you know, you're entering all these waypoints in and you did want to enter an airway in. You would just go up to the waypoint where the airway starts. Click on this, click on airway, and then look, it has, you know, the airway you can choose, and then you would choose it, and then choose the exit point. So we actually do have an airway here. Let me see which airway is. Actually, we have the flight plan here, because I kind of feel guilty about not like entering everything in, but there's a lot of waypoints here. So show OFB. You okay? All right, so let's come down to our flight plan. So, all right, so from VBIT, we're taking T53 to Gersa. Okay, so if we go to VBIT, let's pretend we just typed that in. So we go to VBIT, go to airway. Oops, hang on. We got to go to the one after VBIT. All right. Now click on airway, and then you would take hang on a second. Fixed info. Actually, let me restart this, because I want to enter this in myself, because that's not showing me what I want to see. Let's redo this. Yeah, I saw their live stream on the 777. I watched that, and then they had a little commercial on it too, which it looked really cool. All right, we're not going to connect the jetway and all that shit this time. Let's come here and at least get the ground power unit connected. All right, flight plan is right there. And let's turn on the other external power and 3 batteries. All right, let's program this ourselves. All right, flight plan. Oh, let's go to init first, and let's at least type in our 2 airports: LSCH / LIRF. That's cool. A tri-jet plane. It's pretty dope. All right, let's align the nav. Yeah, there's some really exciting things on the horizon, that's for sure. I'm just very curious to see when the new simulator is going to actually launch. Oh man, we can start now. Frank's here. We can start up now. Thank God Frank's here. Thank God Frank's here. Frank Jr., it's fun. Alright, let me at least, I want to make sure our position is correct before we do anything. Alright, that's good. Confirm alignment, and let's go back to flight plan. Let's wait for the map to finish updating. Oh man, he's just being playful, Frank. Don't get all twisted. It's a drama-free Friday night. Drama-free Friday night. Actually, we should probably put on some exterior lights. So let's see if this test works here. Nope, we can't operate that. We can't operate the emergency lights. We can operate those. We can operate the nav lights. All right. 2 out of 3 is not bad. Ita! Yes, sir. Come on, Matt. Finish up. Damn. Yeah, man, drama sucks, dude. Especially school drama. remember them days having drama after school. Is there a setting where I can make that go quicker? Let me see here. No, I don't see a setting for that. All right, well, fuck it. Let's start programming stuff. So let's go ahead and set our departure. Let's click next to LSZH. Let's click departure. Let me put my controller down. Ugh. I hear you. Hit the hell out of it. All right, we're supposed to be leaving on runway 32, so let's click on 32. And we have VBIN 4N. Let's click on that. And now let's click insert. Very good. So now we're going to click on VBIT. We're going to click on Airways. Yeah, why is it not bringing up the right airway? Let me see here. Let's click on LFER. No, that's not it. Maybe it won't. Maybe it doesn't allow you to do it in this airplane. Because what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to click. Let's. Okay, from VBIT. Let me see here. Yeah, it doesn't let you put airways in. Let me see if it'll let me do T53. Yeah, you can't put airways in, because what you're supposed to do and when you're really setting this up, like when we're in the A300 or the A310, you would click to the right here, and you would click on airways, and from VBIT we should be seeing airways here, but it doesn't allow it. So, all right, let's go ahead and send the flight plan over then, like we did before, and then we'll get this airplane started up. Ugh. Man, you better not get him all twisted, Grease, man. Leave Frank alone, man. Man, now y'all starting to fight. His Wi-Fi is ass though, that's for sure. All right, let's sync the flight plan. And let's sync the payload. And let's sync the fuel. All right, so our fuel blocks is 13,583. That should be what's on this here. Yep, 13,583, right on the button. All right, very good. So let's see what our cost index is and our cruising altitude. So 39,000 feet, and our cost index is 62. Hopefully that's not too high. Hopefully that'll... Sometimes those cost index kind of get out of hand, and it really throws off the whole system inside the airplane. All right, in it. So we got 62. Let's go to the next page here. This looks like it's all set. Trip wind, reserves, taxi. All right, so we can't mess with the fuel there. The fuel block is right. Let's go to performance. Transition altitude is correct. Flex to temp, they got 43. We can leave that in. So it looks like this plane's pretty much set up. Oh, it's not raining anymore. That sucks. All right, let's contact the ATC and get the right runway. We want to depart north. Alright, we gotta change a couple of things. Let's see here. Runway 16. So let me change our flight plan here. Flight plan 16. And we got VBIT 1. I think, let me see here. Let me see what the other one looks like here. Oh, it's really the same thing. Okay. All right. Like 16. Runway. Let me restart. I don't like that runway that they gave us. I might not even use the ATC at this point. I want a certain runway. I don't want to deviate from our flight plan. So, all right, let's get going this time. It's my first time in this plane, so. All right, we got, let's go to GPU. Flight plan. Let's turn the batteries on. Let's align the nav systems. Oh, Giga Chad's in the bathroom. He'll be back. But no, I I cut his vocal cords out earlier. He was really, like, on that last flight, man, he was just, oh my god. He was fucking annoying. So, I had about enough, man. I put that thing on autopilot and just went over there and cut out his vocal cords, man. We're not going to be hearing from Giga Chad tonight. All right, let's click return. And let's initialize this. Let's align that. Confirm. All right, return. Let's send over our flight plan now. Oops. All right, sync. Let's sync the payload. And sync the fuel. I hear you, man. Sometimes you just get those people that just really rub you the wrong way, man. You know what I mean? Like, it's terrible, man. All right, 62 is the cost index. All right, let me see if I can get runway 32 this time. Like, I would like to be able just to choose the runway that I want. All right, let's try to park straight out. I don't want that runway. I wish I could choose a different runway. All right, well, let's program runway 16 and see what happens. Departure, runway 16. And let's do VBIT 1T. Insert. All right, let's close that out. Let's pull up our, oh, well, we can't pull the flight plan up yet. We're still waiting for it to align. In the meantime, we can put the APU on. So let's come up here to fuel. Let's put on do that, and let's come down here. Put on these. Let's put on some nav lights. Let's turn on the APU. And let's click start. Doesn't it say ASMR somewhere in the title? I thought it did. I think the description says like unintentional ASMR at the very end. At the very end, I think it says it. Oh, looks like you can work on these buttons. That's good. I like being able to choose these buttons. All right, let me pull up our chart info for our departure here. All right, LSZH. Let's click enter. Let's go to departure. We got VBIT 1T. Yep, I think that one's it. Oh, VBIT 4E. No, that's not it. Alright, let's see here. Where is VBIT 1T? Here we go. This one here. This one's ours right here. Alright, looks like we're all good there. Let's make sure the bleed is on. And we can disconnect the external powers. Put on our beacon light. Alright, man, this thing is like choppy as hell, man. Jesus. And why is it not reading? Oh, well, whatever. Alright, let's go here, and there was something we needed to do. Here, let's see here. Alright, flaps 1. Anti-ice off, we'll put the air conditioning on. Airport data. Alright, LS, ZH. Runway 16. Let's put wet. Check that, and let's calculate. There we go. All right, flap setting 1, 138, 138 for our V speeds. So let's come down here to performance. 138, 138, 32, flaps, not allowed. Let's see if they'll let us do like 1. Alright, flaps 1, and we'll leave the flex temperature where it is. Next phase, cruise. Alright, very good, we're ready to back up. Everything looks good. Let's look at our init page one more time. Let's go here. Trip wind, like, yeah, we can't really do anything with this. Let's see if it lets us plug in like the route and reserve. Let me just see that, if it'll let us do that. Wow, this thing is so choppy, good lord. Flight plan. Okay. Fuel is 13,583 and reserves is 5.8. So we have 13.5 and 13. Let me see if it'll let me do that. Oh, it's for percentages. I don't think it'll let me do that. Okay, all right, let's back up. It's kind of interesting. I've never, like, you know, this is the first time I've been in this plane, so it's kind of interesting to kind of play with some of this stuff here. All right, let's find out what our... Wow, the frame rate on this thing is terrible. Good Lord. I wonder if it's the airport or what it is. Man, that is terrible. All right, what's our METAR here? METAR... It's kind of odd. You have to keep on plugging everything in. All right, 1019. Let me click on Navigraph and see what 1019 equals. 30.09. All right, let's put on the flight director. Let's do 30.09. All right, let's back up. There's a back 'em up button here. So let's get rid of that. Let's go to services. Let's go to pushback. Yeah, well, I don't have the rolling cache on. I had that on unlimited. It's probably the airport. Sometimes these handcrafted airports have these issues. It's okay. It'll go away. I probably should have spent like 10 minutes playing with this airplane first before I got in tonight, but that's okay. It's weird that you can't do anything with the airways. That's strange. I would have thought this airplane, they would have had that, but I mean, if it's got the same, I think this plane, the reason I didn't buy it initially, I think it's got the same, like, FMS situation that the A320neo has. I think that's partly why I didn't buy it before, was because you couldn't really do a whole lot with the FMS. It's all good, though. It's got a lot of liveries, and it's good enough. This is Zurich. Zurich, Switzerland. All right, let's put on the park and brake. Let's disconnect the tug. All right, let's fire up some engines. We could have done that while we were backing up, but it's all good. Anything with white lettering needs to get turned off. I don't see anything else with white lettering, so that's good. All right, very good. Let's come down here. Let's click on engine start. Let's fire up one of the engines. I guess just, you know, after being in some of these other airplanes where a lot of stuff works, it's kind of odd switching to one that doesn't have it, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing. It's just one of the things on this airplane. All right, let's put on engine. See, because, like, you know, like the TCAS system, we can't, like, you know, we can't interact with that. We can operate the floodlights. Like, we can't turn on the weather warning system. It's, like, automatically on. I mean, you can switch it here, systems 1 and 2, but you can't operate the gain or the tilt or anything. right, engines are on. They are looking good. Let's put down some flaps. And we probably need to arm the speed brake. And let's come over here and put this on max and no brake fans. All right. Let's wait for the engine to finish up and then we'll check our takeoff configuration. Yeah, man. Could be perfect for Frank. All right, let's click on takeoff configuration and see what happens. All right, takeoff. Well, here, let's go out a little bit. So we can see it up there, right? Max brake, that's on, signs on, cabin ready, spoiler, arm, flaps for takeoff, we got all that. Let's finish putting the signs on. We can actually turn the bleed off now. Put that on auto. Let's put our wing lights on. Let's go taxi lights, logo lights. And I think we are ready to disembark. Or embark, not disembark. Let's go. Let's release the parking brake. That's gone. Let's click constraints. And actually, let's switch our barometric pressure here. Let's just click on that because it's giving it to us in, I think that's inches per millibar, I think, that 1019, or is that hectopascals? I forget. All right, let's give it some juice and let's go. I really thought Frank was 37 for the longest time. I can't believe he's only 12. It's all good though. I'm 12 years old too, man. Don't worry about it. It's all good. This is a messed up takeoff we're doing tonight, man. It gets like, it's got a really sharp turn to it, like at the end of the departure when we actually pick up the route, man. It's got a really like steep turn. Now I've done the whole rolling cache thing in the past and all that. It's just sometimes these handcrafted airports, they just have issues. Yeah, sometimes these handcrafted airports, especially in Europe seems to be like the black hole for data. For some reason, these, like Switzerland, Austria, Germany, France, like, I've never really had success with planes operating properly, like in this area. Like, I always run into some sort of issue when I'm on the ground. I just can't believe I'm getting like this kind of shit going on, and I'm, you know, it's not like I have a Series S anymore, man. I got the Big Daddy now. I think it's pretty cool. It's got the whole airport there, man. That's pretty dope. I like that. Oh, look, it's got the weather there. That's pretty cool. No, what happened to the screens? You gotta be shitting me. I told you this is like a black hole here, man. We need, you know what? Maybe I'll just do a Delta flight. Maybe we'll just do something from Delta real quick. I'm telling you, man, this part of Europe is the black hole. All right. No more ETA Airways. Let me get on. Let me get on SimBrief real quick and build a Delta flight real quick. Golly, that sucks, man. So I'm telling you, it's something about Europe that just these screens just do not like Europe. All right, let's go from let's do your mama. Let's leave Atlanta and we'll fly to, let's like fly to Miami, I guess. All right, A330neo. How long is that flight? 1.55 hours. Yeah, that should be okay. Let's fly there. Let's go from, now let's see what KMEM. Let's see what Memphis is. All right, and let's see what BWI is, my home airport. Let's see here. Oh no, I'm not doing BWI. Never mind. I can't use that the one runway. KDFW. Let's see what Dallas Fort Worth is. Oh yeah, that's farther. All right, yeah, let's go to Miami. All right, KMEA. And we're gonna put it on, so we're 4 hours behind UTC time, so let's go. We are at UTC time. Let's put this on at 19. Click apply. Yep, click that. Oh, no, March 15th. All right, click apply, click yes. And let's click on generate flight. All right, very good. Now let me go into Navigraph. Let's come here. Let's choose a new livery. I can't believe that, man. I bet you it's going to work fine in America. It's some reason Europe is just, it's fucked. It's fucked. Look at all these liveries that come with this plane. Greece, you would love this. Look at all these liveries that come with the airplane. Standard. All kinds of liveries. It is nuts how many come. I mean, they even got Cebu Pacific. I never see that. A Bureau Jet. Here's, you know, Delta Airlines, Team USA, Lufthansa, American, Lion, Air Belgium, Eurowings, Air China, Azul, Aer Lingus, Aeroflot, Finnair, Iberia, Korean Air, Scandinavia, Malaysia. It's crazy. All right, let's go to Atlanta. Where's KATL? Here we go. Yeah, hopefully the black screen will be fixed then. We'll see. All right, medium, medium, medium. Everything's medium. All right, gate heavy. The one gate they have. All right, let's click fly. All right, let me import this. All right, let me choose my approach. I mean, I even have the photogrammetry turned off. Like, I mean, like, I keep leaving that off for when I depart. I can't believe I can't believe that happened, man. That is absolutely crazy. I was thinking to myself when I was putting this flight together, I was like, man, I bet you, I haven't had that black screen deal in so long, especially since I've had the X. All right, let's put on some lights. Let's put on some lights over Mother Earth for a few minutes. All right, let's do this again. Well, we're a little more familiar with the airplane now, so. All right, let's plug in cattle, KATL, enter. All right, flight plan, that's good. All right, let's come here, put on GPU. Let's put on the batteries. Let's click on the other external power. Let's align the navigation system. And let's come down here. And let's brighten up our day a little bit down here. Let's go to init, because we in it to win it. All right, cattle, KMIA. All right. And let's align our IRS. That should be right, 33 north. Let's see what the flight plan says. Yeah, 33.8 north, west 08425. Yep. All right, align on reference, confirm alignment. All right, let's go to init again. Let's send our flight plan over. Wait, stutter in here too. I think I have photogrammetry turned off. Let me see here. I should have it off. Yeah, it's off. Okay. All right, let's put on some nav lights. Let's turn the APU on. Let's put the APU bleed on. Let's set our METAR. Well, actually, let's sync our flight plan real quick. Yeah, them black screens are killers, man. I mean, I've had so many flights that just, I get to the end of the flight. Well, you guys have seen it. I get to 11,000 feet, descend into the airport, and then the screens just go black. All right, 21 passengers. Let's make sure our flight plan is in here. Yep, flight plan is in there. All right. Our cost index is 30. Let's plug that in. And let's go to the next page. All right, that all looks good. All right, let's turn off the outside power and get the, let's get the GPU disconnected, and let's get ready to back up and go. We got to talk to the ATCs and see what they say about us leaving. So let's do all right, I got 26 left. There we go, 26 left. All right, very good. We got 26 left. All right, let's tune to the tower. Let's go ahead and set up our V speeds. So let's redo that. Let's redo this. Let's plug in KATL again. Enter. We got 26 left. It's wet outside. Let's calculate. All right, that's good. And now let's go to charts and pull up our takeoff. And we got bang 3. All right, bang 3. Departure, bang 3. This is our takeoff right here. All right, very good. Let's get our pushback machine going. Oh wow, the map's still not aligned yet? What the hell is taking so long? Well, I don't want to move until that's finished, so let's let that finish up. All right, now the map is good. All right, let's switch this to the hectopascals. Let's put our flight director on. It's on both sides now. And let's zoom him out. Oh, it does both at the same time. No! Oh, I got some problems, man. Look at that. Wow. I tell you, man, this is why I've never bought this airplane. What a waste of fucking money this is. What a waste of money. Let's try an airport. Let's try an airport that's not like one of the handcrafted ones. Let's go back and try one last time. And if it doesn't work, I have a backup plan for tonight. This shit is crazy. All right, let me go to sim brief one more again. All right, let's do new flight. Let's go from... All right, let's do Obama one more time. And let's go from... Let me think here. We'll go from... Well, the backup should work because I did it earlier. What the fuck is KMTDEW? What the fuck? What is that, man? That's not an airport. Yeah, the cache is off. I'll show you. Look, I've never had an issue until tonight with this airplane. Everything else I've run has been perfectly fine. See, it's all unlimited. Everything is off. I'll tell you what, let me close the simulator out and I'll start again in Atlanta and see what happens. Let's quit and let's start again. Yeah, before I build another flight, let's try it one last time. Oh, Mountain Dew. I got Mountain Dew. Diet Mountain Dew. The backup plan is a Zeppelin, is the Zeppelin that I bought today, which does work. I've never landed with it, but I did learn how to take off. Taking off is it's hard, man. It's difficult to take off in that Zeppelin. Yeah, I flew outside of Berlin for a little while today in the Zeppelin. I can't believe this. I every other plane works that I played so far. With every other plane is fine. Hey man, I need your support tonight, man. Subscribe and click the like button. I think this airplane's not working because nobody subscribed tonight. I think that's the problem. I think if people like and subscribe to this video, then the airplane will work properly. I can't believe the screens went off. That's so stupid. I don't want to build another flight until I see if this one works. And I kind of want to go back to Zurich and try again, because that was like, let me go back to Zurich and try that again. Because I mean, like, I got ITA Airways on the thumbnail, like, I got it in the description, like, well, I guess I could always do another thumbnail if I need to. I just don't want to mislead people. I tell you what, let's go. We don't need to leave from Zurich. We can leave from. Let me look at something real quick. Let me pull up Navigramp and see other airports. Maybe we could like leave from like. I wonder what leaving from Athens to Rome. I wonder how long that flight is. Let me see here. Let me see here. I think they've been having an issue today, because sometimes when I would start up, like it would load into an airport and then the game would crash. So let's try LGAV to LIRF and A339 LIRF. How long is this flight? 2 hours and 15 minutes. That's not too bad. Well, fuck it. Let's try it anyways. It's Friday night. Hey, man, you don't want Frank clapping you. All right, let's go back to liveries. Let's go back to ITA Airways. Let's do LGAV. Because it might just have an issue with the airports that are handcrafted. There are a lot of airplanes in the simulator that have issues with the handcrafted airports. That is a known issue, so it could be with this plane too. What? And now it's saying YouTube isn't responding. What the fuck is going on tonight, man? Can you guys still hear me? Let me get on YouTube and see what's going on here. All right, I'm still alive, it looks like. All right, I just got an error message on OBS, and I was like, what? Man, and on top of that, like, can I just have a night where, like, the stream works properly? Is that possible? Is it possible that just technology does what it's supposed to do? Like, is that too much to ask for, guys? All right, let's get the GPU connected. Let's get the jetway connected. Let's get the battery turned on. Let's turn on the other external power, and let's come up here and start aligning our nav system. Let's come over here. Let's turn this up a bit so we can see what we're doing. Let's go to init. LGAV to LIRF. All right, and let's, all right, that's good. Confirm alignment. There we go. I'll think about flying you down. You know, I'd have to get, I guess, like a written permission slip from your parents. All right, let's go ahead and sync our flight. Oops, that's not right. There we go, that's correct. All right, let's sync our flight plan. Let's sync our payload. And let's sync our fuel. Yeah, that's a pretty loud sound, man. When that battery goes on, it's like... All right, let me load this into Navigraph. I'm not worried about the approach yet. I just want to go. I can change the approach later. Let me see what our cost index is. Cost index is 60. That's interesting. We got 24,000 feet, then 40,000. Very interesting. All right, let's get our METAR here. LGAV. Let's go enter. We got 1019. It's been 1019 everywhere we've been tonight. And let's go to charts. Let's put in LGAV as well. All right, enter. That's still loading. Let's check out our flight plan here. Yeah, that's not correct. It's still got the old flight plan. All right, let's try syncing the flight plan again. There we go. All right. Initial altitude 24,000 feet. Let's resync the payload and resync the fuel. All right, let's get the jetway disconnected. Let's turn on the APU. Let's wait for that to go on. Let's connect, let's talk to the ATC. Actually, first let me put in the correct pressure. Alright, let's talk to them and see if I can get 21 left. There we go, 21 left, very good. Alright, the APU is doing its thing. Alright, we can disconnect the ground power now. And we can back up. Let's put our beacon lights on. All right, and before we, oh, you know what, before we do that, we need to set up our, finish setting up our initialization page. All right, we got LGAV. $21 left. Calculate. Actually, let's air conditioning on. All right, 139, 139. Let's make sure our initialization page is good. We have a cost index. I think it's at like 30. It doesn't really matter actually what it is. And let's go to performance. And let's click on that because we already did it, and let's click on 1-3.2. Flaps 1. All right, all that's good. Let's back up. And what page is that again here? I think this page here. Yep, services. All right, push back. Let's click backwards. Make sure our parking brake is released. And we need to back up to the nose to the left. Some panel lights, touch of flood. Can we lock the cockpit door? Nope. Let's go ahead and put anything with white lettering needs to be turned off. So that's all good. Let's get our engines ready. All right, let's start making our turn. Which way are we going again? All right, let's try, I think it's this way. It's not turning us. All right, now it's turning us. All right, let's get one of the engines fired up. Let's get our flight director turned on. Stop our pushback. Disconnect tug. Let's pull up our chart here. Where's our charts? Let's go to departure, and we are doing core 1F. All right, there's core, there's 1L, core, where's 1F? Here we go, core 1F. All right, let's fire up the other engine. Set our brakes to max. Let's arm the speed brake. Let's put our flaps down to 1. And on here we have I don't see any height constraints. But we do have a 24,000 constraint coming up. I know that because I saw that on the yeah, 24,000 feet. So let's just plug that in for now. And our transition altitude is 9,000 feet. All right, very good. Let's test our takeoff configuration. There's a button right here. Okay, signs on, cabin ready, spoilers armed, flaps takeoff. finish putting the signs on. That logo, takeoff. And we can turn the bleed off. Let's try this again. And I'm not sure what sign. Oh, they're talking about seatbelt signs. All right, now we're ready for takeoff. All right, let's roll. Whoa, why are we still connected? What the fuck? All right, let's go. No black screen so far. No, I really think it has to do with the. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the chat for a few minutes. I was trying to get us up and going. I really think it has to do a lot with the handcrafted airports. I really think that's what it is, because I've had issues with other airplanes at those handcrafted airports before. So this flight's a little longer than I was planning on doing, but that's all right. I mean, like, even the steering is working now. Unless the whole sim just needed to be restarted, you know, I'll certainly try this again on my own time, you know, at handcrafted airports and see what happens. But I do know that's a big thing with most of these airplanes with the screens, Garmin systems and these systems. For some reason, those other airports really just, those handcrafted ones, man, they just have issues. All right, let's put on constraints. And let's make it a little darker outside, because I know Greece likes it dark outside, so let's. Let's make it a little darker outside. What's that vehicle in front of me? Oh, it's another. Is that an airplane or a car? Oh, that's an airplane. I think they did a really good job with the lighting on this airplane. Like, it looks really nice. Don't get used to these free airport lights. That shit is changing. Alright, put on max auto brake. Alright, now we're all set for takeoff. It's been a minute since I've flown an Airbus with these systems. I know you gotta push and pull these knobs sometimes to activate. I think pulling it out activates like manual mode. I think pushing it in syncs it back up with the flight plan. I think. Whoa, little plane, what's up? That's a bad parking spot, man. You shouldn't be parking there. That's dangerous. That's bad for your health, little plane. I'll turn the APU off once we get airborne. Same with the ignition too. He was over. He was on the side of the whatever these things are that we're on right now. Whatever the hell this is. The like the taxiway. He was like parked like right on the side of the taxiway. Kind of like where these lights are, like right here. Tell you what, man, the plane does not do a very good job turning. I will tell you that. Like, you almost have to be completely like stopped for this plane really to turn. That not so good. That not so good. Spray Windex on it. Make it better. Yeah. All right, looks like we've been cleared for takeoff. I'm on a little airplane. Keep making this turn. God, this thing. If I have one complaint about this airplane so far, it's the turning radius. It does such a shit job of turning. All right, let's re-engage the max brakes. And I don't think there's a toga button, so we'll just give it throttle. Once we get up a little bit. Kelly's arm the auto throttle. There's not usually a tiller to activate on these planes.
V1.
Boy, this plane is a lot heavier than regular planes to take off with. Good Lord. Wow. Oh, you know what? I never put on any of the other lights. I probably should do that. And let's turn off the APU. Alright, flaps are up. We can disengage the speed brake. Just click on performance here. Oh, can't click on performance there. Oh, it operates both at the same time. Alright, no big deal. Now we can at least put the lights on now so we can see some shit. Alright, let's turn off these lights. So it was either, oh, not ATC. So it was either the handcrafted airports that seemed to be the problem, or I just needed to restart it. Well, we're good now. There are so many cool camera angles in this airplane. Got a little wing flex. I thought there was one from inside that, oh yeah, this one here. Yep. Gear shot, baby. God, I still haven't eaten dinner yet, man. I gotta start eating dinner before I stream, because I don't really eat anything. I'm fat. But like, I barely eat anything during the day. Like today, I don't think I've eaten anything so far. I usually get hungry like late at night, man, which sucks. I wish I didn't get so hungry late at night. Yeah, man, got them Rolls Royce, them Dub engines, Rolls Royce engines. All right, I wonder how it's going to handle this turn coming up here. Yeah, I am, dude. I appreciate the nice comments, but yeah, I'm very overweight. I'm probably about 100 and I guess 30 pounds heavier than I really should be. Yeah, my camera adds like 140 pounds. But thank you, I appreciate the kind words. Man, there's no zombies on board. I like that wing flex, man. That's cool. I love me some McDonald's, dude. Oh, man. Especially that new Shamrock McFlurry, that Shamrock Shake. Man, I can fuck one of them up, man. For real. It tastes like toothpaste, man, but it's like a good kind of taste. Oh, I gotta set standard pressure. Shit. And let's click that, and there we go. Grease probably fell asleep, man. Wow, look at our trim. It's negative 92%. That's crazy. All right, where do we got to stay till 24,000 feet? 24,000 feet. Ixani. Where's Ixani at? All right, that's a while. All right, we got to stay at 24,000 feet for a while. Yeah, well, that's really bad if your cholesterol's that high. You gotta, especially if you're as young as you say you are, man, you gotta try to keep that stuff under control. I mean, there's things you can eat that'll help raise your good cholesterol, but yeah, if your cholesterol's that, that high at such a young age, man, that's dangerous. It's dangerous at any age, really. It just sucks when a lot of food tastes so good, and it's usually the food that's bad for you tastes the best. I never turned the photogrammetry back on, but that's all right. We're not flying over any major cities right now anyways to where it really matters. We'll just leave it off. I should probably get back up in the cockpit and make sure we actually get back on track. Alright, let's go here and here. Alright, 4 is next, that's where we're heading, so we're okay with our track. After Exoxy, we can go up to, after Ixani, we can go over 24,000 feet at that point. It should say it here in our flight plan. Let's look at it. Let's go to OFP. So you see how we have 24,000 Ixani, 40,000 Spiro. It also says it down here. Yeah, see, Ixani, 24,000, and then Elvas, the next one, that's 28,000 feet. So. Oh man, well, happy birthday to your dog. Good old Doggo's birthday, the best friend. What kind of dog you got? finally in the air. Can never have a stream where it goes easy in the beginning. It's always gotta, something's always gotta screw us up in the beginning. Something out of my control. But we're good now. Alright, we got a couple more waypoints till we can get over 24,000 feet. Plane sounds good in this seat here. I do like the wing flex. This is really the only plane I can remember being in where you can actually see some wing flex. A lot of the airplanes don't do that. Now, of course, really none of the planes I've seen, none of the ailerons or brakes or anything flap up and down like they do while you're flying, but you know, where they just kind of pop up and go down every once in a while. Like, I never see that. Maybe that'll be a thing on Flight Sim 2024. And I can't believe this trim. We're at negative 85, 86%. That's crazy. Oh yeah, that's a great mission where you're with Uncle. I got a girl in Berryville, can't get just too damn ill. I don't go around there no more. This blue house lays outside her door. I got a girl in Brandywine, likes to drink that fancy wine. Plume in her hair is something tall. Crack in her pants pays for it all. Yeah, that's a great little mission. That's probably one of my favorite parts of the game, is just being in Valentine, like that whole area right there. Oh yeah, yeah. The women's vote. Yeah. That's a good one too. Yeah, where Arthur's driving the horse and carriage for him. There's a lot of good missions in Red Dead, man. That game is phenomenal. Yeah, that's just an amazing game. I played that game. I played so many hours in that game, man. Hundreds of hours in that game. Easily, probably close to 1,000 in that game. I've replayed it like 3 times. No, that's a lie. I replayed the whole thing twice, even the prologue, and I'm kind of like in the very beginning of a 3rd playthrough. I don't play it as much as I used to, but yeah, that game's a lot of fun. I never really got into the online stuff with it, like that. Like GTA was kind of fun for a bit, but I never really got into the online thing with Red Dead. And once we cross this next waypoint, I'll up the altitude here to 40,000 feet, which is our cruising altitude. Yep. Only does suck. What, Red Dead 2? I can do that. I was thinking about doing Planet Coaster also. I've been playing Planet Coaster again. Been doing the missions on Planet Coaster. The missions are kind of fun they have on there. Yeah, I could definitely do some Red Dead. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. I'll stream some Red Dead too. I always feel bad about like making Arthur a bad guy though. Like the first playthrough, I made him like a really bad guy, like robbing all kinds of stagecoaches and robbing people and all, shooting police. And I felt really guilty when he died. Like really, I was really upset when he, at the end. And then second playthrough, I made him like super good guy, like helping everybody, never robbing anybody unless it was part of a mission. We got about 14 miles. Oh, if you don't have any epilepsy or seizures, you might get that now. I guess I should put a seizure warning on this flight. Switch our camera position. I think this airplane's got such a cool color to it, man. This ETA Airways. It's probably my favorite livery on any airplane. Yeah, I kind of like this one. This one's kind of dope, man. I like that. All right, let's get back in the cabin and see what where we're at here. All right, we can adjust this now to 40,000 feet. Did that just say LVR ASM? ASMR? Oh, lever. Ah, very interesting. It does it itself. All right, let's see if we can get this thing to climb again. Now you should be going up in altitude, my man. Yeah, Stewie Griffin's awesome. Always cussing Lois out. He hates that woman and loves that woman at the same time. I might have to put this thing in manual climb mode, because it's certainly not climbing how it's supposed to right now. It should be climbing. There we go. -11, -12. We'll turn the icing off here in a few minutes. I'm happy. I'm happy because I don't have to work tomorrow. Not that I don't mind work. I like my job a lot. I just would rather not do it tomorrow. Which is why I'm happy. I'm happy because I don't have to work tomorrow. once we level off, I'll increase the speed of this a little bit, because this is a long flight. This is about 2 hours in the air. So we'll cut that down. I shouldn't be getting that message about the throttle. I don't have throttles connected. This LVR two thrust levers being in different positions. Well, let me turn something on real quick to check this out. All right, turn this on and turn this on. $91. Yeah, they're not in different positions. Why am I getting that message? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is a tilt thing, I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I've never seen that message before. It's saying here that you get it when your thrusters aren't, oh, you know what, maybe it's not in the right indentation. Hang on a second. There we go. I bet you that'll fix it. It's weird. I mean, we're in the right indentation. We're in climb. And they're both exactly the same. 90 and 90, so I might be okay now. I pulled the throttle back a little bit. I'm not worried about it. On the forum here, it says it's because the thrust wasn't lined up. Like it says here that you have to configure your throttle. Very strange. Let me look at some approaches for tonight. Let's plug in our approach. Oh, already has it in there. Well, we're going to do ILSX. And we are doing lat 3A. Exama. Let's insert that in there. All right, very good. Now that's put in there. Charts here. Let's plug in our airport flight to IRF. Let's do the arrival page, lat 3A. Yep, we're going to come up here. Go around, come up here, go around, and then Zama is the beginning of our approach. That's for ground services. Alright, we are almost at our cruising altitude. But that wing is really bouncing around now. Look at that thing. This LVFR. Whoa, I didn't mean to do that. That modder that put this together, man, they did a pretty good job with the liveries. I looked at a few of the other liveries before I got on tonight, man, and they are all like, they're pretty good, man. We're almost at our cruising altitude. Put this out a little bit. Still getting that message. It's all right though. Yeah, I don't see a reason why we're getting it. It's probably just some sort of error. So the forums, they both said it's when the throttles aren't lined up. Well, both throttles are at 90, are at the same thing. They're locked up, and I'm not using any kind of like Thrustmaster or anything like that. So. This is usually the toga button right here, but it's inoperative. Tigra. Oh, we're actually not too far from Italy. Actually, that's the boot of Italy coming up here, I believe. Yep, because we're flying over, what's it called? Kerkira, Greece is what we're getting ready to, is what we're flying over here, this island here. It's Kakira Greece, and then the boot of Italy, I believe, is right up there. Alright, very good. We're getting ready to level off. And once we get up in the air, once we get leveled off, I'm gonna take a close look at these charts and make sure we have the correct speed and altitude program for the right waypoints on this on the arrival and all that. Alright, we'll just leave it like that. As long as the engines are doing what they're doing, I'm not worried about that little message. Alright, so for lat we need a max of 250 and below 16,000 feet. So let's make sure that says that. This is different than Boeing. Boeing, you would just type it in, click on the right here. You know what, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Those little messages. I turned them on because I was trying to see if we were synced up with the throttle. Alright, let's go to lat. See, now that says above 16,000 feet, but it should say below. So let's click this. And you know, we might not be able to do it. You should be able to click on the side of this. Yeah, it's not giving us the right message, damn it. You should be able to click on the side of this, and it gives you the option of plugging in the constraints that you're looking for. Alright, let's try 16,000 feet. It's not letting us do it. Damn it. Oh shit, what did I do? What did I do? I don't like that we can't change that in this plane. I mean, you know, obviously it has its constraints on what you can and can't do, but I don't like that. So we're going to have to calculate this on our own. At this point, we're going to have to descend instead of using the airplane to tell us when we're going to descend. We need to figure it out. So if we're at 40,000 feet and we need to be at 16,000 feet for Latina, then so that's 24,000 foot difference. 24 times 3 is 20, 40, 60, it's 72. So around, I guess, about 80, 85 miles out. So 85 miles before Latina, we're going to have to start descending. So that's going to be... So that's 53 miles from Cipro to Latina. And then we have 16 miles from T to Cipro, so that's 53, and 16 is 68. 68, so I guess about 15 miles before T we're going to start descending, I guess. That's 53 and 16, that's 68. And then 12. Yeah, I would say 15 miles before T, we're going to start descending. So we got Tigra, X-Tool, and then T. Alright, sounds good to me. Yeah, here's the Buddha, Italy, coming up right here. Continue to descend. You're supposed to stop at 40,000 feet, fucker. Interesting that this altitude button is not lighting up. There's the boot. Wow, we got 170 miles until our next waypoint. I wonder what the speed increase does with this airplane. Let's try it. That's 1x. Yeah, I'll just leave it in 1x. We're making some good headway here. This really is a good looking livery. I love me some ETA Airways. That's great. Never had a plane with this livery before. I've always had Aero Italia, which was very good looking too. But ETA Airways, man, they did a good job with this livery. Like in real life. They recreated it very nicely too, but in real life it's just beautiful. I love that color blue on the airplane with the white lettering and that little red for the A and an Italian flag on the back. I'm simping over the livery. 12-year-old simp. So you can tell we're in a sped up mode right now, mainly by this clock here. You see how fast the seconds are going? Other than that, you really have there's nothing that shows you like what speed you're at for the speed, for the sim increase. Yeah, man, I'll be simping on this, simping on some true tea, Humpty. No, sipping on, not sipping. Simping on the livery of this airplane. Sipping on that true tea, Hunty. I think her name. I think the name of that person's Trixie. I think that's the name of the. I see her like. I first saw her on It's a Gundam. On one of his videos, and he always like has like little outtakes and memes from her. Slay her. She's funny, man. She is funny. Trixie the he-she. I wear dresses, but I stand up when I pee. Hey, it's all good, dude. You do you. I'm just gonna turn my back. And you do what you need to do. Alright, so 15 miles before T is when we're going to start descending tonight. Because we cannot update it in the FMC for the correct altitude for one of the waypoints, so we're going to have to descend on our own. We need to go down 24,000 feet. So that's 72 miles. But you really need to add like another 5 to 10 to that usually, so we're going to descend around 82 to 85 miles out. I did the calculation. That puts us about 12 to 15 miles before TEA, which is coming up. We got T down here. Actually, no, let me turn that photogrammetry on now that we're going to be... Let's turn that back on. Yeah, man, I bought... I'm so old, my brain stops working sometimes. Planet Coaster. So I have Planet Coaster on the PS4, but they had it on sale recently here on Xbox, so I bought it. Man, that game is so much crisper and cleaner on the Series X than the PlayStation 4. Man, it is. I mean, it looked really good on the PlayStation 4, but yeah, I've been having fun playing that game again. And then in about 2 weeks or so, the Gold Edition for Construction Simulator is coming out, and I got that on pre-order. The Gold Edition. I have probably close to 1,000 hours into that game. No joke. Well, no, maybe about 500 hours in Construction Simulator on the PlayStation 4. And PlayStation 4 just has such a hard time running that game. But it works so hard to run that game. And yeah, so it's okay on the PS4, but I'm really curious to see what it looks like on the Series X. So I don't know if I'm gonna enjoy it anymore. I mean, I played it for so long that, like, you know, it's not as enjoyable as it used to be, but I haven't played it on the Series X, so maybe I'll, you know, and it's probably been about 6 months since I played it, so maybe it'll be kind of new again in some way. One game that I could always play is the Car Mechanic Simulator. Car Mechanic Simulator 21. Man, I usually put that game on and just put the radio station on in the game, and I just fall asleep to that. I love me some of that EDM, electronic music they got in that game. Yeah. Train Simulator's okay. That game gets kind of boring. But that Car Mechanic Simulator, man, I mean, I know it's like the same parts over and over again, but it's just something about the way that game sounds, the turning of the wrenches and the screws and like the car washing sounds and the radio. Like, it's very audibly, I like it a lot. So, you know, I just keep on playing it. And I like a lot of the DLCs they've come out with. I like a lot of the choices for vehicles that they've come out with. Jaguar and Lotus and Porsche and Mercedes, Chrysler and Ford, Nissan, Mazda. I think they have Alfa Romeo. They also have I forget the other ones, but they got a lot of them. I don't really think anything else about the game is fun, to be honest. Like, shopping for cars is kind of fun, like going to the junkyard and going to auctions and the barns, but like racing the cars, I don't like that. I think that sucks. I think they could have done a much better job on the interiors as well. But yeah, I have a lot of fun playing that game. And we're going to slow down about 15 miles before this waypoint, because if we don't, there's a very good chance that we can like tip over, because it's a very, very violent turn. When you're in this increased speed for the simulator, this does not slow down. PMDG, they slow down before the waypoint, let you turn, and then they speed up again after you make the turn. This one will just throw you right into it like a race car. So we got 15,000 feet. And then our next one there's Rome. caught. We have a max of 220 knots. So we're gonna have to pay attention to that stuff because I don't know if the, I don't know. I mean, I would hope that this is set up correctly, being that it's got the new, the new air rack information, but who knows? Like, it's got 250 here, which is good, because that means it's 250 here as well, so we'll have to go down when we get closer and see if it's got the correct info for, the other waypoints for speed. Alright, let's reduce our speed back to regular speed. Yep. And then after we make this turn, we'll go back into the speed increase for the sim, and then when we're 15 miles out of TEA, that's when we're going to start our descent, because this is not correct. This should not say 16,000A, it should say 16,000B. However, you cannot change it in this FMC the way you would normally change it. Normally you would click on the button to the right, and usually it's supposed to give you a page here where you can put the speed that you want, the altitude, like at or above, at or below. It shouldn't have this page. This is wrong. So we can't plug in the altitude that we want it to be at. Here we can't plug it in. Boeing, you just type it in and click this button, it usually fills it in. Airbuses, you got to click on this button, then fill it in, and then click like the insert button, and then it'll, like if you jump into A310 right now or to A300, that's how you would do it. This airplane doesn't allow it, so whatever. We'll just descend when we need to. Maybe just sit back and watch this wing waving a little bit, just little waves. I do like flying this plane though. This plane is it's got some good things and some bad things to it. I mean, but overall, it's a pretty good plane. I was very hesitant on buying it for a long time, actually, because of some of the reviews that I saw. But now that it's got SimBrief integration and comes with all these liveries, like, I kind of changed my tune a little bit. It's still a very user-friendly, very beginner type airplane. Like, this is a very good airplane to learn on. It's got heavy controls when you take off. It takes quite a bit to get it up in the air. It's a very heavy plane to take off with, but it's got a good tablet for beginners. It's got a good FMS for beginners. Turning on an Airbus is very easy. Starting the engines is very easy. Like, it's got a lot of very good beginner type characteristics to this airplane. It's a lot simpler to start up these Airbuses than some of the Boeings, and of course some of the private planes that are out there. Those things are monsters to start up sometimes. They did a pretty good job, I think, with the sound of it too. Like, I like the way the engine sounded. Let me shut up for a minute and turn up the sound a little bit. Y'all can hear it. Listen to this. Like, if you listen closely enough, you can actually, like, hear the wind as well. You hear the engine, so you can also hear the wind. Like, it's pretty nice, man. They did a pretty good job with that. Alright, so there's TEA. So like I said, about 15 miles before TEA, we're going to start going down. There's 53 miles between this waypoint. There's 53 miles between this waypoint and LAT, and there's 13 between here. So that's 68. We need about 80 to 85 miles. So that's why I'm saying we need like 12 to 15 miles before TEA. That's when we're going to start our descent. Because if you look on this chart here, it's got this LAT, it's got max 250 knots, and it says flight level 160, but it's got this line above it. So that line above it means that you need to be below that altitude. If it had a line above and below, that means you need to be right at that altitude. Or if it had a line below it, that means you need to be above that altitude. So you have like these up here. That means you need to be between those altitudes. Let's increase our speed a little bit just for a couple more minutes. We're in 1X right now. To do that, I have it set up to hold the right thumbstick in, and then I use the up or down on the D-pad in order to increase or decrease the speed. Alright, I think we should probably slow down again. Let's check the clock, make sure the seconds are 24,000. Okay, very good. Alright, let's put our altitude at 24,000 feet. See, look, it has LAT 16,000 with a line below it. That means our system thinks we need to be above that altitude. That's not right. Look at the chart here. See, it's got the line right, above it. So start our descent in about 5 or 6 miles. Alright, let's go ahead and start descending. Let's pull our throttle back. I should turn off the auto throttle right now, actually. Yeah, there's people in the forest. Yep. Oh, what am I doing? It's 16,000. Yeah, man, there's some weird people in the forest in that game. Absolutely. I don't want to spoil too much for you because I don't know like how much you know of the game, so like I don't want to tell you too much, but yeah, there's some interesting people in the forest of that game. probably slow up just a little bit. We got 13 miles and then 50. How much again between? Oh, 30. Oh, I read that wrong. Shit, we might not get down to 16,000 feet per time, actually. I thought it said 53. It was actually 35 miles. We might not be at the altitude we need to be at, but it'll be okay. I misread it. I thought it was 53 from here to here. It's actually 35. So we're not going to get down to 16,000 feet in time, but it's okay. All right, let's plug in our info for our landing. Oh, it already has it in there. Is that... Did they plug it in already? 108.10. It sure did. Damn it. Ah, man. I hate when they do that. Damn it. I like doing all that stuff myself. Oh well. Alright, let's plug in. Let's see what info it has for our landing here. Alright, 10:20. 10 degrees. Degrees, and it's at 70 by 4. And our decision height is 50 feet. Got full. Alright, so that's all done. We need to be at 250 knots by the time we get to flat, so I'm turning down the throttle now. Our transition is at 6,000 feet. I wish they would have it where you could click on here and drag this. They have that on a few other planes. I kind of like that feature. Let's slow our descent a little bit so we can try to catch, 250 knots. To me, the speed's a little more important right now than the altitude. So now we can put our back down again, back down to 2,000. Let's put this down to 9,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to come around. Here's where we're getting ready to hit. We're going to go up. Then we're going to make this kind of U-turn and come down. So let's pull up our approach page. We just need to make sure we're at, you know, a max of 220 knots by McCab, a max of 230 at Tubal. Let's go to our approach, and we are doing ILSX. Here we go. This first one here. So Exama is our entry point. That's the end of our arrival, beginning of our approach. We need to be at 4,000 feet there. Here's our transition altitude here. The decision height says, oh, I'm sorry, we're doing this one here. Cat 2, Cat 3. Same thing, just different speeds and, you know, decision height and things like that. We're going to have to start slowing down again here pretty soon. I tell you, we didn't miss it by much. Another 10 miles earlier, we probably would have caught the right altitude. We got about 20 miles or so until Tubal. Probably a good idea to start slowing our speed down now. That way it gives us some time to get down to that speed. Alright, let's slow our descent a little bit so we can slow our speed down as well. Let's go down to 1,500 feet. Now we can see it better. There's our runway there. Yeah, see, it says 220 knots. That's not correct. According to the chart I'm looking at, it's 230 knots. I'm not really sure which one is correct. It should have the same information. I mean, it's from, both are from SimBrief/Navigraph. I mean, all right, let's push this down a little bit. Just a couple hundred more feet. And let's plug this down to 6,000 feet. So we have a max 240 knots for flaps 1. This is usually, I believe, KIAS, knots indicated airspeed, like what it shows on here. Not so much the true airspeed. I mean, even though we're only going 230 knots right now. I mean, technically we could put our flaps down right now, but I'm not going to. We should put on put our logo light back on. We're not doing too bad. Let's see if the terrain shows up on our map here. Usually it does like a scan. A Ruxo, we need to be at 220 knots. So let's plug that in. Excuse me. Far so good. See, we took our time on the descent. We didn't have to use the speed brakes at all, which is great because Usually when you let these planes descend on their own through the flight management system, usually they ride, usually you have to put the air brakes on quite a bit on the way down. Because it doesn't seem like these systems here, at least for the simulator, it doesn't seem to take into account the wind. And even though we usually plug it in, it still doesn't seem to ever take it into account when you're descending. Wow, we've been in this plane for 1 hour and 47 minutes, I think is what that means there. Been streaming for almost 3 hours, so yeah, that could be about right. Now, once we make our turn, we're going to start dropping down to 4,000 feet because we should be at 4,000 feet by here. I mean, we could technically put on our landing lights now, but I mean, not the flaps. We only have four flap settings. I'm gonna wait until we get to like 200 knots to start putting the flaps down. Oh, you know what? We gotta plug in our METAR information. $10.20. LS button for landing. Now you can see it has our ILS information. It has the course that we need to be on. It has where we are in ratio to lining up with the runway. Almost ready to start making our turn. We're supposed to be at 210 knots by here. So as we start making our turn, we'll drop it down to 210. Get to 210, and then we'll start dropping down some altitude pretty soon after that, so we can get down to 4,000 feet. You can actually program into 4,000 now. Now, 2,500 feet is the capture point for the glide slope, but it's a very good possibility we're going to be capturing that glide slope at 4,000 feet tonight. That's usually how this sim operates, is that, you know, it usually allows the plane to capture somewhat early. If you have a good eye, you'll notice that our ILS information went away. It's because we're too far out from the station right now. Once we get closer to 20, 25 miles, it'll show back up again. All right, let's put some slats down. Well, I didn't notice any slats moving here. Unless it just does the, flaps, unless it just does the slats first. But, you know, when it's that one setting, I figured it would have. Well, you know what, it does, that's right, it is just slats first. It doesn't have the 1F on here. If it was 1 plus F, it'd be slats plus flaps. The F is for flaps. Yeah, it doesn't have that setting in this airplane. It should, but it doesn't. All right, here we are, starting to make our turn towards home base. Let's go back up front. Let's set our brake. And we can arm our spoilers. I can't wait till this simulator gets instant replay, so I don't have to like switch cameras so much. You know, we can just fly the plane and then we can back it up like half an hour and then like sit inside the cockpit or sit inside this window seat, or you know, that'd be so awesome when that happens. Hopefully it'll be on the new simulator. I think it will be, but I don't know for sure. A lot of things are supposed to happen that don't happen sometimes. Alright, we should probably start descending here. There's our chart here. Exam will be 4,000 feet. Saru, we need to be at, I guess, about 2,500 feet, so probably should put this down to 2,500 feet. I just toggled the switch in the back to go from 100, from 1,000 down to 100. So let's put this at 2,500 feet actually. And if we need to level off, we can. Actually, yeah, let's do that. Let's go down like 500. Let's leave it right there. What is our approach again tonight? Let's see here. Performance. All right, approach phase. So we got 135, looks like, is our Alright, we're in range, and I'm not really sure what's going on right now, to be honest. It looks like it's trying to line up with our ILS, which I didn't know it was going to do on its own. It's very interesting that it's trying to do that. Let's click on approach. All right, let's hold our altitude here.
2,500.
Yeah, let's stay right here. We're still 20 miles away, so we're going to leave our speed where it is. There's the glide slope starting to show up right here. Now it says the localizer is captured, so it should line up perfectly straight, so hoping it does that. Click on autopilot 2 and see if we can do a Cat 3. Nope, not yet. Maybe once the glide slope lines up, maybe it'll let us do, autopilot 1 and 2 for a Category 3 landing. All right, let's slow down a little bit. I would think it would start trying to line itself up with the runway by now, but oh, it looks like the line's coming into play now. Okay. I can see the magenta line starting to move in, so looks like it is lining up. Go flaps 2. Alright, Clyde slope is captured. Let's see if we can do autopilot 2 now. Oh, you dogs. It won't let us do it. God, even the base A320 has that feature. And these airplanes, these Airbuses, you're supposed to be able to click when you are in approach mode with a localizer, like an ILS, you're supposed to be able to click on autopilot 2 as well, and it switches it to a category 2 or a category 3 landing. All right, let's put down our gear.
2,500.
I like the way that sounds. That sounds pretty good. Flaps 3. Flaps full. Yeah, it is a world record. That beeping is the localizer. It's just letting us know that we captured it. I don't care if we crash on landing. I'm staying in this position. That's one thing I liked a lot about Aerofly, was how you could have this camera position on landing on instant replay. God, it's so realistic looking. It's crazy. right, we made it. I really don't feel like driving 20 minutes to the gate. So we're gonna leave it there, man. That's a long damn stream, man. Y'all better subscribe to my shit and like my shit. Just like it says up on the top. Up on the top of the screen says subscribe and like my shit. That's what y'all better do. So I'll be back tomorrow for sure. I don't know exactly what time yet. Might be afternoon, might be at nighttime. Definitely nighttime. Might be in the afternoon too. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm getting ready to say it, Frank. You know it. So thanks for tuning in. Please subscribe. Please click that like button. And I will see y'all on the next episode of the Airplane Show over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth. This is Greg signing off on this beautiful Friday night. That's about it, y'all. See ya.